All right, I think we're good to go. So, welcome back to my channel. I am Professor Comics. I really appreciate all the people that have reached out to me via Instagram or YouTube and left some comments and likes. Taylor Winder even watches me on the toilet, so thanks for the toilet shout out, Taylor. Sure. Today I'm going to start a new series. It's called Professor Comics' Soapbox. It's not going to be a super long video as I've been teaching all day today. I'm still in my classroom and I can't stand the sound of my voice after 4 o'clock. So here we go. Let's record a video. Before I start with my soapbox, I'm just going to introduce myself because I feel like every good YouTuber should introduce themselves. So I am Professor Comics. I am here because I like to read/collect comics. This is the second time I have recorded this video because I got to the slide and realized I had a typo, which is really sad for an educator to have a typo, but mistakes happen. You can find me at Professor Comics on Instagram. Now that I said that there's a typo, there's probably going to be a typo on the next slide. So let's hope there's not. I really appreciate everyone that's been sharing me on Instagram. I apologize if there's any weird glitchy sounds coming out of my computer. I'm using my my computer at work, and we don't have very good computers. So please support your educators. We need better computers. All right, enough of that. I'm going to just move on. Oops, too far. I do want to pose this question because I've been thinking a lot about it, and I'm just wondering, are there any comic series or characters that you have outgrown? So if you have any comic series or characters that you've outgrown, leave me a comment in the chat. I'm interested to see what you say. I threw something as killing the children in there just to troll a couple people. That doesn't mean that I don't like it. Just I have a feeling some people are going to be giving me thumbs down for putting that on there. I've been reading it. I got an iPad for Christmas and I downloaded an app that lets me read comics. I can check out stuff through the library app, and I started reading it, and then my iPad broke. So thanks, Something is Killing the Children, for killing my iPad. It's probably not that reason, but all right. I don't want to throw shade on anybody. All right, so I've been seeing people say this on Instagram. I don't know if you have, but there's been a lot of talk about people saying that comics are only worth what someone is willing to pay. And if that was the case, I would have like 1,000 ASM 300s because I would gladly pay $1 for that. But I think this whole comics are only worth what someone is willing to pay thing, it sounds great for the buyer, you know, shell out $5, get an Amazing Fantasy 15, but it sure sucks for the buyer. I joined Instagram as Professor Comics back in July. I had recently just like liquidated a bunch of collectible card game stuff I had, so I had a pretty good chunk of change. I've been collecting comics all my life, but I never had an Instagram devoted to it. And so as I started my Instagram account, I found a lot of people that kept inviting me to their live streams and their live sales and their auctions. And I quickly discovered that what people like to do is they love to go out on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, grab a bunch of new books, and then mark them up. They take a $4 cover price book and they sell it for $8 or $10. And the reason that they continue to do that is because people pay those $8 and $10 prices. If you're one of those people that sells it for that much, I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just making an observation. But let me just continue on to the next one. I know a lot of people, especially for back issues, a lot of people base their prices off of things like the Overstreet Price Guide. Some people use Key Collector to go on and check the prices of books. I know I see a couple people at my LCS with their phone out, checking prices on there. I mean, I've even done that in the past. Some people base their prices off of eBay, which can be a bad thing because, you know, we've all seen the crazy prices on eBay where someone's selling a book that's worth maybe $50 and they're asking $300 for it. I mean, some people fill up their mystery boxes using those values, and that's how people get hosed. And then some people are just evil raccoons who like to make money off of people in comics. So going back to this, though, comics are only worth what someone is willing to pay. I know that a lot of people say that this is a very toxic statement because this definitely benefits the buyers. But at the same time, let's see if I have anything else. No. Yeah, at the same time, I'll just reveal my big idea. Value. So the value of a comic reflects on how frequently people are paying for that comic. So for example, let's take the ASM 55 cover that like exploded. I was lucky enough to have it on my pull list. I highly recommend having a pull list at your LCS if you have an LCS to avoid situations like that. I've seen people selling those things for $30, $40. eBay just goes crazy anytime one of those covers comes out. I guarantee people were not buying it for the story. They were just buying it for the cover. And about 2 weeks before that cover came out, I saw people selling 9.8 copies of that. So like the, what are they called? The pre-sale. They were pre-selling it for $45. And I thought to myself, wow, I should have just pulled the trigger and bought a 9.8 for $45. Now, I'm sure there were some people that did that and they had their orders canceled because people decided that it was worth a lot more than $45. And I hope that none of you that are watching this had this experience. But still, I think the value of a comic should be what I'm comfortable paying. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go out and buy an ASM 300 for $1, like I already mentioned. But at the same time, the more people spend on those comics, like those ASM 55s, the more people that spend $40, $50 for those books, the higher the price is going to be. I don't want to ramble on for too much. I'm just really interested in hearing what you all have to say. As far as this quote right here, I know I keep coming back to it, but how do you feel about that quote? I mean, obviously someone's not going to spend $2 on an Amazing Fantasy 15. I already used that example, but I think it's a good one. But when you're selling a comic, for those of you that sell a comic, how do you justify how much people are spending? How much, or like, what do you base your prices off of? Do you go to Key Collector, to eBay? Do you go to the Overstreet Comic Book Guide? Do you sell it at cover price? I see some people selling it for cover price. There's tons of people that I go and watch their stream and they're selling books for cover price. And I love those people because they're not there to profit off of people. They're there to, yes, they want to make money, but at the same time, they love comics and they want to spread that love. And that's exactly what I want to do. Okay, so like I said, just drop me a comment. Feel free to share this video. I really appreciate everyone that has given me a shout out. Hopefully there was some bits and pieces of information in this rant. I just wanted to make a quick little rant. Yeah, let me know what you think. And again, please make sure you tell me in the comments, are there any characters or are there any series that you have outgrown? Thanks again, and I'll be sure to post my Wednesday haul. Probably not tomorrow. I'd like to read the books first before I post them, but yeah, I appreciate it, and thanks everyone for tuning in.